You're most welcome, my good learners. I think you have been, at least you have rested. I've come back the second time for another lesson. But before we proceed to the new lesson, I first want us to make corrections. You check in your books and we make corrections so that we can move when you're contented of the answers. Because you might have written some answers which are not very okay. Now, in this lesson, we are going to start with the corrections of the previous work about a house. So we are going to make corrections together. Number 1, I told you to define a house. Defining is saying what is a house. So this is the answer I expected from you. A house is a building where people live or stay. A house is a building where people live or stay. Can you check on your answers and see if your answer is matching with mine? A house is a building where people live or stay. Look at the spellings. Live, L-I-V-E. Stay, S-T-A-Y. Number 2, why do we need a house? We need a house for reasons. 1, for shelter. Right now, I'm under shelter, and most of you are under shelter because it has been drizzling. The weather hasn't been friendly. Even when it is shining, you can't be under sunshine. You have to take shelter. So a house is for shelter. Then protection. It protects us from bad people, wrong people, more especially at night when it's time to go and sleep. You can't sleep outside. You will go inside for protection. 3, for comfort. When you're in a house, you feel comfortable. You feel comfortable than staying outside. Because every good thing is found inside a house. Comfort. So can we spell this word shelter? S-H-E-L-T-E-R. Protection. P-R-O-T-E-C-T-I-O-N. Comfort. C-O-M-F-O-R-T. So these are the reasons as to why we need a house. These are uses of a house, my good friends. Number 3, I asked you to draw a house and name its parts. So a house is here. This is the house. So the parts are here. The first part up here is the roof. Spell roof. R-O-O-F. Then we have the ventilator. If it is 1, it is ventilator. If there are 2, we call them ventilators. And if there are many, they are ventilators. Spell ventilator. V-E-N-T-I-L-A-T-O-R. Then we have wall. Spell wall. W-A-L-L. Then we have the window. Spell window. W-I-N-D-O-W. Then we have this part door. Spell door. D-O-O-R. Door. Then we have the veranda. We have V-E-R-A-N-D-A-H. Those are the parts of a house. So you can make corrections and write good answers. Now, let me assume all this work is with you to be on a safe side. Because I'm going to take another step in the SST. I'm going to take another step. We have a new lesson we are going to handle. So, since you've been seated, maybe you stand up and you try to relax a bit. You try to relax a bit. You can relax, turn around. You can stretch. Because we have a new lesson, you can stretch. Don't kick those things which are around you. You can stretch in a good way. Because we have a new lesson right now. Now, friends, it is time for the new lesson, since I've given you time to relax and stretch around. It's time for the new lesson. Please give me the attention I deserve. You know what I need. I need the people who are attentive and who are well disciplined. That is how I do my things. Be good, be calm, and we enjoy this lesson. The new lesson is about types of houses. That word is types. Can you say types? And spell that the types. Types. So we are going to look at types of houses. The houses you see around, they are grouped, they are categorized according to the types. So those houses you see around, they have different types. Each house has a different type. And there is a reason as to why people build different types of houses. So the types are here. I'm going to teach them to you. So the first type is here. This is a type of a house. It is permanent houses. Can you say permanent? This word normally disturbs you when you're pronouncing. Say permanent. And spell permanent. P-E-R-M-A-N-E-N-T. The word is permanent. So we have permanent houses. These are well-built houses, and they are built using strong materials. The materials they use to build permanent houses are very, very strong, as you will see time to come, because time will come and I will take you outside and you look at all those permanent building materials. So when they are building a permanent house, they use very strong materials. But for today, I've come for the types of houses, and the first type is called permanent houses. The second type is here. The second type is here. This one will not be difficult. Since you have pronounced this one permanent, the second one is going to be easy. This is semi-permanent houses. We have the houses which are semi-permanent. These houses are built using weak materials. The materials they use are not very strong. Why? They can be demolished sometime. You can stay in it, then time comes, and when you have a lot, you have got some good money, and you say, I should break it down, I should demolish it, and I make a permanent house. So these ones are not built with strong materials. The materials are a bit weak, and they stay for a short period of time. That's why we call them semi-permanent houses. Another type is called temporary houses. Temporary houses. These ones stay for very short period of time. They can even stay for one day. Like when people are making functions, they use these temporary houses. These ones are built with very simple things like tarpaulin. Just you put tarpaulin on poles and tarpaulin up, and you stay for a short period of time, like even hours. So these ones are temporary. You can remove them after using them. So these are the types I've come to teach you. There are 3: permanent houses, semi-permanent houses, and temporary houses. My good learners, this is what we've been discussing. As you're writing about permanent houses, these are the words I need. Permanent houses are houses built using strong building materials. As we said, those houses are built using very strong materials because they need to stay for a long period of time. Then semi-permanent houses. Semi-permanent houses are houses built with weak materials, with weak building materials. These ones, some people use weak materials. As time comes, I will tell you what do we mean by strong building materials, what do we mean by weak building materials. We shall discuss in detail. Right now we have temporary houses. Temporary houses are houses built using simple materials like tarpaulin or covers. These ones they put up for the functions, birthdays, weddings. You know those functions, you can mention them. So they are built using that material. These houses stay for a very short period of time. It is you to decide, can I put it there for 1 day, for 2 days, for 3 days, like that. These ones you can make them, you put them for a short period of time and you remove them. They don't need to stay for a long time because they are not strong. Now, my friends, we've discussed about types of houses. I have prepared a very sweet exercise. It's an activity. It's like a brain teaser. Questions are here. They are very good. Enjoy them. 1. Which is the best type of a house to live in? According to what we have discussed, which one is the best type of a house to live in? You can decide. 2. Mention any 2 types of houses. We have discussed those 3, but you can mention the one you know the spelling very well from your head. You can write it without copying from your neighbor. You can spell it. You know it very well. You can pronounce it. They are the 2 I want here. 3. Mention the type of a house which stays for a very short period of time. Mention that type of a house which stays for a short period of time, then you can remove it from there. Thank you for being good listeners. Stay safe. Keep using sanitizers so that we can meet when you come back to school.